Welcome everyone, good to see you all. Some of you may know me already, but for those who don't know me, my name is Michal Puzynski and I am BME Community Engagement Officer running a project called Somerset Diverse Communities. And what we do, basically we support organizations and informal groups, whether it's a charity, association, or a bunch of friends that they are trying to achieve something together. So if you have any interesting ideas and you would like to make a change in the society, in your local community, and perhaps you are not sure what to do, what's the next step to take, let us know. All of the contact details we will attach, you will find in chat in a second. So you are more than welcome to contact us and cooperate. That's good. So I'm glad that you decided to be with us today. And I do believe that it's very important to do that, especially these days when we are finding ourselves in a surreal world. We don't know what to expect. We've got enemy which is invisible. We don't know how to fight with it. And we need to look after our bodies, our mental health. And that's really important to be still productive, to be still creative. And today, with the internet, the opportunities given to us, it would be excuse to say that we can't do anything. We can do, and I do believe that we will prove it tonight, unless we will lose the Wi-Fi or broadband. Anyway, first of all, I would like to thank all of the participants that you decided to take part in it. You are very brave, I do appreciate. But before we will start our great event, I would like to mention about a few things. First of all, I would like to let you know that we are recording the event and the whole event is going to be later on available on our social media, on Facebook or YouTube. So don't worry if you will miss something, it's going to be still there. I know that every of you has got different strength of broadband, so you may lose some signal, especially if we are going to display some films. However, don't worry, because you can also always catch up with the recording. And all microphones are muted, as you already know, you realize. And if you want to ask questions or comment, as I've mentioned before, please use chat. And also please respect each other. And people with unacceptable behavior or comments will be removed straight away. And in the upper right corner, you have speaker view. So you can choose the view of the presentations. You can use it and choose the best way for the display for your screen, whether you've got a mobile phone or computer, it's up to you. What you can expect today? Well, we've got lots of things to offer tonight, and the program, today's programs differ slightly than the initial one because of we were able to take a few people more on board, and I'm really happy of it that people want to take part in it, and they're offering their time and effort in order to participate, which is really important. And we expect that we will finish about 8, but if we are quite flexible, if we would have to extend a little bit, 10 minutes, it may happen. It's really difficult to say how long it will take, especially that you can ask questions or comments. So we will see. Well, now I would like to introduce Phil Shepherd. Phil Shepherd would tell us a little bit about Bridgwater Together, about when that's happened, when that started, and what aspirations we've got for future. Phil?
Thank you, Michal, and hello everybody. It's a real privilege. It's lovely to be here. Most people probably know a bit about Bridgwater Together. I'm not going to go on very long at all, but Bridgwater Together ran its 4th annual event last year in October. It was an initiative originally from Unite the Union, which we at Somerset Film were able to host at the Engine Room in Bridgwater High Street. And we've been really glad to do that. Each year there's been a great coming together of loads of music, dance, food, film, artworks, crafts, and people, and many from many countries, many ethnicities, many backgrounds, and that's been a real delight. And in the last few months, the group has got itself a little bit more constituted than it used to be. And so Bridgwater Together is definitely a going concern, and plans after this event, I'll mention these dates again later, but there are two dates coming up. One is on the 9th of May, when we're going to have a slightly similar evening to tonight, called Why I Made Bridgwater My Home. That's on the 9th of May, which is another Saturday at a similar time. And then who knows where we're all going to be in terms of the COVID-19 in October, but we're hoping that we'll still be able to run a live event on the 17th of October, which will be the Bridgwater Together big coming together day. So I'll mention those dates again later. You see that logo in the background of me is Seed. That's the new Creative People and Places project in Sedgemoor that Somerset Film is involved in. And I'll talk a bit more about that at the end of the evening. That's why I'm sitting in front of that logo, not to mention in the middle of the river in Bridgwater. So what Michal's asked me to do, and I'm very pleased to do, is to introduce the first presentation, which is from Monica. And I don't know her other name, but she is called Monica, and she has created a presentation based on the work of the artist Beksinski, if that's the correct pronunciation or close. Polish artist. I can see some nods there from Polish friends. I'm relieved to that. Beksinski is the subject. Monica has put this together. Roll VT, as they say.
That's great, Phil. But before we will display the presentation prepared by Monica, we would like to provide some updates about coronavirus in our area. The presentation is prepared by Matthew Hybert. He's a public health consultant from Somerset County Council. So if you don't mind, I will play. You should see in a second, Matthew, on your screen.
Somerset County Council is the top tier local authority in Somerset. We also have our district councils and our town and parish councils, and we are all working together to try and protect you and keep you safe through coronavirus. We're also in regular contact with the UK national government, who are providing information, advice, support, and also legislation which enables us to do that. I wanted to just reiterate to you the main thing that you can do to keep yourselves and others safe throughout this crisis. The main message is for people to stay at home. And the reason for that is to make sure that we break the chain of transmission of coronavirus. And that means that we don't go out and meet others in the community, which could enable us to pass the disease on. Whilst you may not feel like you're at particular risk if you caught the disease, it's very much the case that you could pass it to somebody else, even without knowing that you've got it, and that person could become seriously ill or die as a result. So staying at home is the single most important thing that we can all do throughout this crisis. There are obviously reasons that people can leave the house, for medical reasons, to go food shopping, to exercise once a day, to provide care to other people that are relying on them, or to go to work if you're unable to work from home. In order to get more information, and particularly information in languages that you may need, the gov.uk, that's the central government, UK central government website, has leaflets in a variety of languages, and I'll send the link for that along with this video so that I hope you can get it. We also have a single phone number for Somerset that people can ring to get advice, information or support. That number is 0300 790 6275, and I'll send that number along with this video as well. Thanks for asking me to say a few words today. If you need any further information, please do call the number that I've given you, and I hope that you're all safe and well throughout this difficult period. Thanks.
The telephone number and the link that Matthew has mentioned about, I'm going to share in chat in a second. But I would like to introduce Amani Victor. Basically, she made a film which is quite more and more popular these days on YouTube. So I hope you will support her, find her on YouTube as well. But we would like to talk to Barbara and Amani now. Amani, could you tell me a little bit, why did you make this film? Hello? Oh, we can't hear you, Amani, unfortunately. Hello? No, there's some problem. Don't worry, Amani. In the meantime, I will play something and we'll try to figure out the problem, okay? Solve the problem. So instead of that, I've got a short film prepared for you, which I found on YouTube, and the link you will find in chat as well. And I hope you will enjoy it because it's a combination of the current situation and art. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the presentation. I found that quite interesting, how people perceive the current situation and how we are grateful for the great service provided by NHS and all other service providers who support us during this difficult time. And I do apologize, Phil, that I interrupt you with Monica. So if you don't mind to introduce Monica once again.
Oh, sure. It's my pleasure to introduce Monica's presentation on the Polish artist Puzynski.
Okay, Monica, would you like to say a few words, few sentences? Why did you decide to create a presentation about Puzynski? Why not about Van Gogh or other painter? What it's all about?
It's very easy, because I would like to introduce you even not just Puzynski, but his son as well, and one of my favorite band which was connected with both of them, just because these people make a big impact in my life and change it a lot. That's why Puzynski and other Puzynski and collage, and I hope that you will find it interesting. And if you want to know anything more about them, I will put on the chat some useful links, I hope, for you. So okay. I hope you enjoy.
Rain fall, but I will not give it all. I will not compromise. I will not put my heart in disguise. Never give it all.
Okay, what do you think, guys?
Yeah.
All right.
Może pryskanie.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, I must say that the general perception of his art, usually people accused him that he's very depressing, but he always thought that his art is very cheerful. Apparently he has seen something else in deep. He has completely different perception of his art, and I also must admit that I really like. It's a great film about his family. It's a tragic film because all of all of the family died in different circumstances. It's a big tragedy, but he had a really potential. There was even once they said that if he would live in Western countries, he would be very, very popular. But anyway, good to see you, Januario. We were. Hello, Jan.
Hello.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. I talked to Amani, to Barbara over the phone. Amani, she's 7, and she made a great film about coronavirus because she felt that she's got some reflections on it. So I'm going to share film prepared by Amani.
Everything is so different today. No usual morning rush to school. Amani, get off the toilet. Amani, get your snack box. Amani this, Amani that. The car park is empty. No sight of Mrs. Redlake standing by the school gate welcoming all the children as they go into school. Life is slower, quieter, and indeed sadder. This is not the troll we know. It's quite different from what we're used to. No morning cuddles as we meet our friends in the confines of the school gates. No play dates with BFFs, the yummy scummy cakes at the community centre. Monkey Islands and our lovely waterfalls, staying away from the things we love, awaiting the day it will finally end. Because when it does, oh yes it will, the things we'll do. We'll conquer the outdoors again, go to festivals, look out for and feed the lovely birds of our land, run to the loving arms of Grandma and Grandpa, celebrating each other's achievements, look out for anyone on the buddy bench and make them feel loved. Truly see our beautiful village and appreciate its surroundings. But until then, we'll do what we can, smile and wave to one another, call the lonely and most vulnerable, join our neighbours and applaud the NHS every week. Stay home, stay safe and save the NHS.
Well done.
That was brilliant.
Well, yes, great. Well done, Amani.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Okay, Phil,
Yeah.
would you like to introduce another person that you would like to see right now? Who's that?
Would that be Marius?
No, that will be
Marius. The plot here, I'm afraid, with the running order, but you tell me.
It's Januario.
Ah, Januario. Okay, great. Yeah, so Januario I know from Bridgwater Together events at the Engine Room, and I know that he is from East Timor, and that he is very much a live wire member of the East Timorese community in Bridgwater, I believe. I don't know exactly how many East Timorese there are, but I've heard numbers like 500-600, maybe it's more. But they've graced us at the Engine Room with wonderful dance performances in the past. And it's an absolute pleasure to introduce one aria.
Well done. Januario, could you say a few words about your community, how many people are in the area, in Sedgemoor, in Bridgwater, and what did you prepare for tonight?
Thank you very much, Michael, for this event. My name is Januario. I'm from East Timor. We have our community here in Bridgwater. Is around 300 East Timor live and work in Bridgwater. And today I'm going to talk about the tourism in East Timor.
Okay, so if you don't mind, I will open your presentation. Are you going to provide some narration?
No, you can show them is about the PowerPoint, and then.
Yes, okay, I will do that. But if you can just comment something or provide few additional information in order to have a better understanding of East Timor. It's far away. It's what I know. I've never been there, unfortunately. Hopefully, one day I'm going to be able to do that. But it's always good to hear from someone who was born there rather than read about it in Wikipedia, because you are losing the sense of the nature of the nation and country. So I'm going to share my desktop right now. People, they can read, but in order to enrich the whole display, if you can add 1 or 2 words, that would be really good, okay? Januario, is Timor-Leste its independent since?
Since in 2002, was officially become independent.
Okay, and before that, there was some conflict on the island. Is that right?
Yeah, it is. East Timor is before we got independent. It was a colony by Portuguese 450 years ago, and our official language is Portuguese, a part of Tetum.
Mm-hmm. But what about your national identification? Do you feel attached to Portugal on any degree, on any level?
Well, you know, most of our people who live and work in the UK, most of them they have Portuguese citizen. So that's why we have right to live and work in the UK.
Okay. And do you learn Portuguese at school?
Yes, we do, but most of our young people, we have our own native language. It's called Tetum, but who is speak Portuguese, like, you know, is not that much, but who can come or studying or in Portugal.
Okay, so can I encourage you to say something in your native language, perhaps welcome everyone at Bridgwater Together or something like that?
Well, okay. Obrigado, Barak, ba imihotu nebe participa ia eventi da nebe importanti oinsa itabela hamutuk atulori comunidade hotu bela ba oin. Dalai detan ho di Bridgwater comunidade Timor Yanara hato obrigado, Barak.
And what did you just say?
I say thank you for everyone who joined this event. And by the East Timor community, I would like to thank you, and I hope that we can see each other in the future. Thank you very much.
Well done, Januario. Thank you. And now we will see whether other people have some questions. Okay. 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 Any questions? No.
Yeah.
Who's got the question, Deb?
Yeah, sorry, I just posted it on the chat actually. It looks such a beautiful place. Does it have lots of tourism?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Well, we have a lot of tourists. Most of them from Australia, because our country is very close in Australia, and also we have a very good place to visit. We have a diversity community. We have a lot of culture. You know, most of our tourists from Japan and also from UK and from Portugal.
That's great. Deb, while you are online, who would you like to see right now?
So, well, of our guest speakers, well, I would very much like to ask my colleague, Elisa, if she would mind sharing her story with us. Now, Elisa joined Somerset Film at the Engine Room just before Christmas. Literally a week, Father Christmas bought us an extra special present in advance, and it was our wonderful colleague Elisa. She works extremely hard, and in fact, I think since COVID-19 we've talked more as a team than we would normally do when we're in the engine room, and so we've very much stayed together as a team, meeting daily, and I'm so pleased that she volunteered herself to do this, because we get to find out more about her family, and the culture from the country that she's originally from.
Alisa, would you like to tell a little bit about your project, about the film that you prepared for tonight?
Sure. Thank you, Deb, for those very, very kind and generous words. And thank you, Michal, for inviting me to take part. Already amazing. I'm so glad to meet so many of you from the community. I am new to Bridgwater. I was living in Bristol before, but originally my family and I are from Serbia in Eastern Europe. I'm a first generation immigrant, which you probably cannot tell from my language and my accent, which is a little bit about what my film is about. So I made a really short film that I put together for this event, exploring the difference between my identity and my sister's identity. There's actually less than a year between us, but growing up, she always just was Serbian. She felt Serbian. You know, we lived in lots of places, but she had a really strong sense of identity. And moving to Bridgwater, I had to introduce myself quite a lot. and people would say, oh, do you identify more as Serbian or English? And I found that that was quite a difficult thing for me to answer, but I knew one person for who it was very easy to answer. So I thought I'd ask her some questions and see how she felt about it, and that's my sister.
That's great. And your sister, does she live in England or in Serbia?
She lives in England. She visits Serbia more than I do.
Okay. Are you ready for your film?
Yes, thank you.
My sister and I moved around a lot as children. We lived in Serbia, Germany, Hungary, Scotland, and England. Somehow, she was always more sure of her identity and heritage. I wanted to ask her some questions.
That's a good question. I think that I definitely felt Serbian when we lived in Ada because I was well into it and I had groups of friends and I really felt at home there. Talking really loud and really fast, standing up when a man joins the dinner table, meat with potatoes and meat and potatoes, and then maybe some potatoes on the side of that with some meat. And I would note all of the brilliant music that's retained traditional sounds. Yeah, everybody's your brother and sister and auntie and uncle. Your cousins are brothers and sisters, and it's very confusing. Now you're like, I thought I thought just Alyssa was my sister, but now Sneža is my sister, Ella is my sister. Dusty and very, very stale and still, but it's very, very comforting, and it's like and nothing has changed. I had problems with it when I was younger, when I was sort of developing as a person and I guess a woman. I realized that I have always really enjoyed taking care of people and cooking and baking and creating things and looking after everybody. So I feel like I really respect that part of the culture, and I don't feel like it's, obviously I think it is feminist to decide what you want to do with any of that. Jajden tamon de osjećam da sam odatle i da sam s našim ljudima i našom kulturom. Kad radim u školi, kad vaspitam, onda roditelji od mojih studentima ponekad ne paše im da Srpkinja predaje engleski. Ne znaju možda da sam Srpkinja, ali znaju da nisam Engleskinja. Yeah, I think if you want to reconnect or just find out if you want to reconnect in any way, to definitely think of it as like you get to choose how much you want to. And if you want to, I think that's important to remember, that you don't owe anyone anything except yourself. And the best way to do it, if you do want to, or to explore it, is definitely to go there. Go and explore the people, the food, the places, and just see how that feels.
Everyone keeps telling me, and whenever I tell them, oh, I'm Serbian, I'm from Serbia, they go, oh no, but you're English though, aren't you?
I'm not okay with people saying that to me. I always say it's not up to you. I think all of those things are just social categorization people feel a need for, and it's not that important. And if what you call yourself, I think it just matters that you get like nice times and connections out of it. Żmigovac.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you.
Elisa, that was really interesting what your sister said about talking loud and really fast, because I find that as somebody who was originally born kind of in the Midlands,
Oh, I don't know how to put them both in.
Birmingham, that's something we would say about kind of our family, that we talk really loud and really fast, and we always used to say it was because that we had to shout over the noise of buses, and that's why we said we always talked really loud and really fast. But in Serbia, are there lots of regional differences within the country?
Yes, I would say so, definitely. I personally come from a very small village, and I've never lived in a capital city, so I'm sure that just as there are in England, that there are many differences.
Angelo?
But one thing I certainly
I don't know if you're
noticed
interested in this. This
is that welcoming, and people tend to be warm and very inviting, generally speaking. But once again, I've never lived in a capital city.
It's good. That's really interesting. I do believe, thank you, Alisa, really interesting film. I hope your sister enjoyed also. And I would like to ask Deb a second question. Who's next?
Yeah, so I mean, the fantastic thing about when somebody new joins your team is that they bring a completely different perspective on things, and I think photography is one of those art forms that can bring a new sort of different angle and show us things in a very different way. So it would be great to hear from Benjamin all about his photography that he creates. Okay,
Benjamin, are you with us?
Yep.
Could you tell a little bit about street photography? That you basically you are passionate about photography. Is that right?
Yeah, just all kinds. Specifically portraiture and street photography, which is a bit of a sort of I guess branch off of portraiture loosely. It's I really enjoy it for the fact that it's so unpredictable, because with portraiture, you know, it's all in the studio. It's all nicely presented, and there's nothing really that happens that's unexpected. But when you're outside, you know, you really don't know what's going to happen each time. So
right, but why photography? Why not something else? You were inspired by someone from your family or a friend. Why photography?
I mean, it's kind of strange. I've always been kind of like a artistic person, but I've never been good at art. I've never been able to draw or anything like that. So in secondary school, in year 7, I started playing around on the computers, and I started using Photoshop during lunch, and that kind of just naturally led me into photography. I didn't really notice like a sudden change. It just kind of happened.
Okay, and what do you attend college these days? Well,
yeah, I'm in Bridgwater college right now. So.
Okay, and what do you learn? What do you study?
I'm taking 3 creative A levels. There's being photography, graphic design, and media production. So.
Okay, are you ready for your presentation?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hello. My name is Ben Goglin, and today I'm going to be talking about street photography. It's something I'm personally really interested in. You can't really plan what's going to happen when you're out and about, and I think that excitement is the thing that really gets it for me. I've been doing it for a couple of years, not super long, maybe 1 or 2. Over that period of time, I've managed to collate some form of information, just a little memory bank in the back of my head that I kind of always keep in mind when I'm out taking pictures. First thing is the fact that we have an incredible array of tools at our disposal now more than ever, especially with the advent of digital photography. Taking thousands of shots in a day would just not have been feasible 10 or 20 years ago. Even with digital photography, storage space was extremely limited until, I mean, the past 10 years or so. Take as many pictures as possible of whatever. If you see something interesting, try to take as many shots of that thing from as many variety of angles, just in case. I understand that isn't always the case. If something flashes by like that, which is part of the appeal of street photography, you won't always have the luxury of capturing multiple images of it, so it's important to try and get as many as possible. I mean, just in general, even if something doesn't seem interesting, it's still worth taking a picture of it for the exercise. Once you're out and about, it might be discouraging, disheartening, seeing people stare at you with a camera, pointing at things. You're probably going to get a lot of looks, especially in smaller local areas. An important thing to keep in mind is to get into a flow. Once you're out and you've taken some photos, for me personally at least, as soon as I've taken my first good shot of the day, I start to get this strange sort of energy. I find that I don't even notice it after I'm in the zone, I guess. And I just take as many pictures as I can. It doesn't really bother me at that point. I think a lot of people would find that as soon as they really fixate on the pictures rather than anything else around them, all of those external sort of factors just go away. Sharing this sort of information about outdoor photography at a time like this might seem a bit odd, but I think street photography, just photography in general, is a really good way of, I guess, capturing moments in time. A little time capsule. Every picture is a time capsule for me. When I look back from my backlog of pictures that I've been doing recently now with all my free time, I tend to reflect on every single shoot that I've been involved in. I remember almost every day of each picture, and I personally think that's something really nice for me, because I feel like a lot of people are focused on what's going to be in the immediate future, especially now after this quarantine. You know, being fixated on our anxieties and worries for the future, when something like photography can help us reflect and just kind of stay present, and not really worry about what's to come, just kind of relax a little bit. This is kind of short, not too fancy, nothing too elaborate, but I hope it's been interesting, and thank you for listening.
Yeah.
Well done, Ben.
Great, Ben.
Well done. Nice to see some of your photographs.
Yes.
I was told I didn't include enough.
Ben, would you say that camera, it helps you to connect with external world? It's like some kind of bridge, especially for those people who perhaps they are quite shy, they are not very confident. Its camera helps you as a person.
It depends. Some people get fed up of me just talking about the camera itself, you know. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Well, like, especially online, I've made a lot of friends just connecting over, you know.
Do you take photographs of people or things or buildings?
People mostly. That's what interests me the most. I think people make the most interesting subjects.
Lovely.
That's good, thank you, well done. Ben, if people are interested, where they can find you? Have you got Instagram or other website?
Yeah, I have an Instagram. That's basically all I post on. So that's just my first name, Ben Goglin. So.
If you don't mind to share that with us, could you just paste that into the chat, please?
Yeah.
That's great, thank you. So now it's time for Monika Garbien. And Tomek. I would like to ask them to introduce themselves. Monika and Tomek kindly supported our events in past, like during Bridgwater Together events and Totem Together. They know how to provide a proper entertainment and high quality music. So hello Monika, hello Tomek.
Hi.
Hello. Hi.
Okay, what have you prepared for us tonight?
I like to show you one of my cover songs. It's the Dolly Parton Jolene.
Okay.
The video has been recorded on the live some times ago. I hope you will enjoy.
Okay, and you've got the band, yes? Is that right? Or you?
Yeah, we have. Yeah. Yes, we got band. Sorry, I'm manager of band and husband of Monica. The band name is The Progress. You can find us on the YouTube or fan page in Facebook. We have the new band. Basically, the musician is not the new musician. What I say.
We play our own music,
but we play own music. There's own text, own music, but in Polish. But not everyone will enjoy. Now we want to show you the jazz Monica. You know, the Jolly Parton, Jolene.
No, Jolene.
Jolene,
Well done, Monica. Monica and Tomek, could you give me a favor, please? Could you share the link to social media like Facebook and YouTube on our chat?
I'm on Zoom for Sam.
You're cutting off, to be honest. I cannot hear you.
Yeah, give me a second. I will do that. Okay, I've done it on behalf of you. So there are two links. One is to YouTube, one is to Facebook. So if someone is interested and wants to follow Monica and the progress, you are more than welcome. You've got two links. Please use them. Okay, the next one. So who's next? And the next one is ATB Group. All the Best Group. It's a bunch of teenagers from Poland, from Polish high school. They prepared a short film for tonight. So Zuzanna, are you with us? Hello?
Yes, I am. Do you hear me?
Yes. Zuzanna, could you tell us a little bit, why did you decide to take part tonight? What was the reason? And basically, you live in Poland, so why you decided to support Bridgwater Together event?
So up to now, with my group All the Best, we have dealt with activities for the benefit of the local community, dealing with topic about hate speech and its effects. We got involved in today's event because we believe that integration and conversation are key in achieving our goals. So I've been to Bridgwater so far twice, and I was impressed by the mutual friendliness of the people of this town. So I also follow Somerset Diverse Communities, and with my group All the Best, we did a short video for the occasion of this event.
That's great. And could you tell me who supports you? So in that film, who's with you? Are they your colleagues from your class, or who's that?
From my school, yes, there are people from my school, and they helping me.
Okay, that's great. So if you don't have nothing else to add, I'm happy to share your presentation. I've heard that a bit of your presentation today, you probably don't know because of you are in Poland, but the piece of film that you prepared with your friends, it was shown during one of the news at BBC Point West. So you need to be proud of yourself. Say a big thank you to your friends that they decided to support us tonight as well. Okay, Zuzanna, so if you are happy, I'm going to share the film, okay?
Thank you, enjoy.
Well done. Our next guest is, give me a second, I will unmute you. Okay, so thank you, Susanna, for that. Jeannie, are you with us?
I'm here. Hang on. Hiya. Got children.
Okay, Jeannie, I hope you enjoy so far, and I do that you have 2 people to introduce, is that right?
I do have 2 people to introduce. Before I do that, can I just say, so I'm Ginny, I'm from Somerset Diverse Communities, and I know Mihal's worked really hard on getting all the organisationalists together, and you're doing an amazing job keeping this show on the road. Well done. So first of all, I've got Avatar to introduce, who unfortunately can't be with us tonight because he's working really hard. And anyone who's been to a previous Bridgwater Together may well have experienced the joy of an Avatar Indian dance workshop. He's amazing. So he's done a couple of films for us tonight. Firstly, I understand that it's one to show the dance moves and explain them. And then secondly, it's one to join in if you want.
Wow, exciting. So I do encourage you to stand up in front of the camera and just try those moves.
Hello, this is Avatar. I'm going to show you the moves to this Bollywood Bhangra dance along that we're going to do together. So we're going to start with the first move, side to side, and bring the arms in with the fan hands, and we're going to be running. And the drum comes forward, our heart, and then we can reach up, down, down, and twist down, come back up, and then the rainbow round, 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 and then the Bhangra move, which is step in and the hands behind the head. Finish off with, we're going to reach out, really dramatic, hand comes up in front of our face and slowly drop our head. Great, enjoy.
No, you can't do better than that.
If you want to find out a little bit about After, basically, I'm going to paste his website. So if you would like to cooperate with After or invite him to your event in future, there's the website in chat right now. Okay. So I hope you enjoy After. I can't imagine any I can't imagine any multicultural event in Somerset without After. He's so colorful and he knows how to provide a proper entertainment with some factor of education. We can always learn something new, how to move, and I really enjoy his workshops. But going further, it's now time for Mariusz. Mariusz, the pianist, he's called in Bridgwater. Mariusz, well, we met some time ago, and Mariusz, he agreed to play on piano at the art center in front of hundreds of people. He's a brave man, and this time also he didn't disappoint us. He decided to support our event, and he wants to contribute. And he prepared some film for us. Mariusz, could you tell it a little bit about the film that you prepared for us?
First of all, Michal, you're doing a great job, man, and brilliant. You know, it's nice energy, and I don't feel like in home. You know, so I really enjoy with you guys, and I really appreciate for having me here. This is new experience and everything, but melody, you know that I was met you nearly 2 years ago, and we tried to recording that movie, Mike. So we must carry on with this idea. I think, you know, that will be nice. Nice time, spend time together, you know. And but anyway, the melody is just 9 stars. The movie is like 10 minutes, so I will try to explain everything before when you can listen the music. It's not professional, but what can I say? It's some part from my life, you know. Some people get some art, you know, like people who introduce something like photos, you know, something like that. My way, it's music, and that melody carry on with me few years, and I can't stop thinking about this melody. That's why, for example, I can't sing for piano or for something like that. That's why when I was in Bridgwater, the first place when I was started playing was church, because I can play for freedom in there, you know. And next was art center. I was really enjoying. So step by step, guys. And what can I say? I don't want to be famous, you know that.
Mariusz, can I ask you, have you ever attended musician school? Where did you learn to play on piano?
Guys, it's not. It's a very good question. When I was kid, when I was 6, I think, you know, that was a long time ago, really. But I was stopped, and this is for everyone, guys. My idea about boring time is music. So in my life, I never boring. I've decided to take it the way I would music, and carry on with music. It's 9 stars. It's 9 parts from my life, so it's funny and makes me happy. No, so that's why it's like this.
That's great.
Mariusz, we want you to play. Oh.
Carry on, mate.
Okay, guys. So if you're ready, I'm going to play Mariusz's film.
God, I'm asleep. Oh. Bloody hell, I'm late. Everything is fine. Of course it's fine, because I'm joking. Hello guys, my name is Mariusz, I'm from Poland. Thank you very much for having me in here on this beautiful concert. I'm really enjoying and I'm really glad because I can spend time with you guys around a different situation, you know, and everything. I think it's very positive, and we really need event like this, you know. So big 5 for Mr. Phil and for Mr. Michal, who organize everything, who spend time for this, you know, and who sacrifice everything for this, for makes us happy, you know. And I'm really enjoying. I think this is brilliant idea. Next time, guys, if something happen like this, just let me know, and I will be again, you know. If it will be not boring, of course. Anyway, why I'm spend time on the bed? This is very good question, because today I want to talk about the dreams. And I think the bed is the most comfortable place for dreaming. We must be dreamers, you know. This is my private opinion. I think the dreams change the life, the dreams change the world, the dreamers create the everything around us, the life what we know, you know. Without dreams we don't have technology, without dreams we can't traveling, we can't change the life. My dreams are really important in my life, because without this I can't traveling, I can't see the good nice people, you know, and I can't enjoy my life for 100%, even if there are huge dreams, they are for free. So if something is for free and makes you happy, I think this is the best point in your life. So sorry for all mistake what I will doing now, because this is my first situation in my, this is the first situation in my life when I must to talk to my phone, and I really don't know how this is going. So it's pretty strange and funny for me, and yeah, you makes me my day, guys, more happy. So yay. Probably, as you know, I want to show you some music, you know, and that is true, of course. And without dreams I will never start playing. Without dreams, that melody from my heart and from my mind and from my soul never found a way. I was thinking always about this, like about the river, you know, as we must just going with the river, and I hope the it's not I'm hope I'm sure this melody for me is like the river, makes me more calm, more happy, even if it's not professional, because I'm not professional pianist. I can't read and I can't write the music. I'm not professional musician. This is just some part from my life who makes me happy, and I think this is the best idea and the best way, you know. So yeah, the melody named 9 Stars, but this movie what I want to show you, this is some part from this melody. I was recording this melody long time ago on the church. Another thing, Mr. Kelvin from Mary's church, from the center of the town, thank you very much for everything, for all your opportunity, you know, because without you and without this beautiful and wonderful church, I can't find a place for practice. But the truth is, I was found the old piano there, absolutely amazing guy who agree about my practice, and even if that melody after 1 year was boring for him, he always said, no worries, just carry on. The door are always open, if you want you can come. So Mr. Kelvin, I hope you watching this, and best regrets for you, mate. So yeah, this movie I was recording, of course, by my phone, in the church, in the old piano, and this is some short part from that melody, but I hope you will enjoying. And I'm in England now, and some my friends and around the world, but if that will be not problem, I want to say something on the Polish language, okay? Because I know my family watching this, and więc słuchajcie, kochani, fajnie, że w takich okolicznościach się widzimy. Kochana mamo, kochany tato, kilometry nas dzielą, ale dzięki temu, że wciąż myślę o was, a wy wciąż myślicie o mnie, czuję jakbyście byli ze mną. Także dziękuję bardzo. Thank you for this, guys. And now I think it's the best time. I'm on the bed, you feel comfortable, so I think this is the best moment. Start carry on with that melody, and I hope you like it. So guys, I have wonderful pleasure introduce some part from my soul, which name 9 stars, guys. I hope you're enjoying. So now you understand? Guys, never stop dreaming. Take care.
It's great. Yay. Yay. Beautiful.
Marius, well,
What's happening, Cooker? Cooker? What's happening? Oh, brilliant. What's happening at the top?
Okay. Ginny, are you with us still? Yes.
Yeah, still here.
Okay. Ginny, I do apologize. I'm pretty sure you had someone else to propose. Is that right?
Absolutely do. I absolutely do. I'm really happy to be able to introduce Miraz, who's from the BBA, the British Bangladeshi Association, and he's done a film about International Language Day.
Hi, Miraz.
Hi, Jenny. Hi, Michelle.
Hi.
Hi, everyone. Yeah, nice to meet you all here.
Could you, Maras, could you tell us a little bit about International Mother Language Day? What it's all about?
So yeah, you more or less everyone know about Bangladesh, isn't it? Right?
More or less.
Okay. So yeah, so International Mother Language Day is now approved day by the UNESCO. The reason I'm going to present actually first, and then I will probably take some question from you guys. So the name Bangladesh actually came on the behalf of the language we say, actually, the Bengali. So the Bengali in Bangla, we say is Bangla, and Desh means country. So this Bangladesh name actually came from the language we speak, Bangladesh.
Okay, okay, interesting.
So yeah, that's what my presentation about, and I'm gonna start. I'm gonna not take too much time from you, but first let's look at the presentation first, then we will go from there. The one I was saying at the beginning, actually, the word Bangla represents the language and of the Bangladeshi they speak, and the Desh means the country, obviously, and therefore the country as Bangladesh represents a nation who speak Bangla, and this is most probably the only nation in the world who fought to preserve their mother language, and about 300 million people worldwide speak Bangla, and this is the 7th most spoken native language in the world by population.
Urdu should be the only state language of Pakistan.
So Bangladesh actually created on 1971. The actual movement started on 1952. So Bangladesh was part of the Pakistan at the time when British colony left that subcontinent. So we then, so the Pakistan was part of the East Pakistan and West Pakistan. The West Pakistan is the current Pakistan, and the East Pakistan is the current Bangladesh now. So the West, they used to speak Urdu. They want to impose to make Urdu as a national language at that time. And people from the East Pakistan, which is current Bangladesh, they actually didn't like that fact. They make the Urdu as a like a national language. So the problem started from there, and the people in the East Pakistan, current Bangladesh, were deprived from the job, the work, and everything. They were kind of oppressed by the other part of the Pakistan. And then in 1971, after 9 months of war, we become an independent country. So that's why so the language Bengali is very significant for us as a nation, and so because this country actually fought for their language, and that's why UNESCO declared 21st February as a Mother Language Day. So the message I like to put through forward about these, whoever coming from whichever country and whatever language you are speaking, whatever mother language you have, we should actually preserve that language and uphold the language. Say, my plan is probably if we get rid of this coronavirus situation by next year, I want to invite all of you, because we are a diverse community here. So I'd like to invite all of you come together and celebrate this International Mother Language Day together. So we can actually share each other language, and that's the way we can teach our next generation as well, who living in England, about our language. So yeah, that's all for today. Yeah.
Okay. And what about children within your community? How do you make sure that children, the second generation of migrants in the UK, learn the language?
So what we are doing, we usually speak Bengali in our home. So, and we try to, we obviously share some like a language from back home, like documentaries, dramas, and everything. And what the Bangladeshis here actually doing, they try to speak at least Bengali all the time in the home. And that's the way you can keep your children in touch of your mother language. So, and yeah, obviously, because when they grow up in this country, English is very easy for them. English is become a mother language for them. And then we try to teach them Bengali as a second language. And I think whoever coming from which country, as I said, they all should be preserving their language. That's the main thing. Yeah.
That's good. That's great, Maras. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's good. Two participants left. Once again, we've got our privilege to listen to Monica Garbin and Progress. Monica, what did you prepare this time?
Maybe my husband.
Yeah. Okay. This will be, because we're playing rock, own music. This will be ballad, rock ballads, with their own text, own music, but unfortunately, because coronavirus, we can't make all the band will be acoustic.
Right.
Our guitarist, Tomek Maślanka, and Monica will play guitar. It's beautiful song, beautiful, really deep text, beautiful ballads, but it's in Polish. Not everyone
And who has written this song? Who's the author?
Music, the word Monica.
Okay.
Is our friends from Poland.
Okay.
The guy, he wrote fantastic text.
And could you just explain to people who perhaps don't understand Polish what it's all about? Is it about love?
It's very difficult. It's very deep about the life. It's very, very, very deep text about the life, about the how to live, how to do happy, and it's so difficult to say.
Dziś nieskończoność i szept, bezkresne morze i noc. I my samotność, jej krok. Co dziś opowie mi wiatr wraz z szumem spokoju fal? Co dziś powie mi wiatr żaden zgiełk. Zbyt późny nadszedł już zmierzch, nadszedł zmierzch. Gdzieś ludzie w marmurach, ich głos, ich głos do nieskończona jak czas. Słońce dotyka mórz bram, przygasa, zwiastuje tą noc. Cudowność niknie, choć chce przechwycić moment i w nim trwać. Nim zniknie i u mnie wśród gwiazd, wśród gwiazd. Po świcie przyjdzie dzień jak co dzień w hałasie wielkich miast. Znów będzie wokół inny tlen i milion różnych spraw. Po świcie przyjdzie cudu głód, być w obecności tej, gdzie bezkres nieba, lądu, wód, słońce splata się. Po świcie przyjdzie dzień jak co dzień, krzyknie nie jedna twarz. Harmonia cudu przyjdzie, wiem, a ja znów będę tam. Znów będę tam. Jest nieskończoność i szedł, bezkresne morze i ląd, i mewy samotność jej krok. Po świcie przejdzie dzień jak co dzień, krzyknie niejedna twarz. Harmonia cudu przyjdzie, wiem, a ja znów będę tam.
Well done. That was really good. I really like it, I have to admit. Obviously, that due to the nature of our event, they might be a slight delay. But if you want to listen to Monica once again, please find her on Facebook or YouTube. The Progress and Monica Garbin. Okay, going further, I think it's time for Vivienne. So Vivienne, she kindly agreed to take part in this event. Vivienne, what did you prepare for us tonight?
Hi, I'm very nervous. My hands are very sweaty. What I didn't prepare anything. I don't have any video, nothing, is all live. What I'm going to talk about is how to be creative, or how I am trying to be creative and times of lockdown in my house.
Right.
So my little place and talk about what I do. Yeah.
Yeah, if you are ready.
Yeah, okay, yeah. All right, so first of all, I'm going to introduce myself. I'm Vivian River. I'm from Chile, from South America. My profession is actress. I'm an actress by profession, and I studied in Chile, and then I moved to Argentina and studied film because that was one of my passions. I didn't finish, and then I moved to Spain, and then I moved to UK, to Somerset and Bridgwater. So I'm very restless person, so I need to do things to calm down, and I think lots. So I'm going to show everything I do. It's not just photography. The moment I'm doing lots of photography, but I'm not doing acting at the moment either. But I'm just going to start to show you what I do. Okay, lockdown things. I thought, well, I'm not going to pay thousands of pounds and things that people now are charging more, like, I don't know, soaps and organic stuff and things like, I don't know, for wash your hands. So what I bought is lots of things like witch haze and what's this, chia butter, to do my own ingredients for my, I don't know, like body lotions and things like that. So I don't have to go outside. Well, you can buy online, but I prefer to do it myself. Today, this is the place that I spend most of the time. It really looks very tidy now, but it wasn't 6 hours ago. This was everything on the floor, like everything on the floor. I've just done it, just to look a little bit more tidy. This is my studio. I have my lights in here, my flash units, and my idea is do like a more sustainable photography. Like what I was thinking is do more recycling, which I do a lot. So one day in Somerset Film, we did like a clothes swap. So what I bought was this, was a dress, and now I use it like a backdrop. So that's the way that I do things, like recycling things and trying to be creative now that I'm here and I can do or self-portraits or portraits to my husband, or just, I don't know, like I'm doing lots of flowers too. You can go to the garden and make some beautiful shots, flower shots, or the studio with the lights. And what else I do? I've been doing this for years. I never show this to anyone. Hopefully this is not something that, this is our, I don't know if you can see it, but.
What's that?
Penises.
I wanted to hear that.
Penises. It's like a comics with penis or vaginas. I'm not good drawing. I just saw one day, like long time ago, one of my best friends always make penises, and I thought, why a woman cannot do it? So I started doing cartoons and trying to be a little bit political. So this was when the MPs couldn't be able to go to Westminster. I don't know if you can see something.
Yes, we can.
Yeah, that is our Prime Minister alone.
Okay.
So that, well, I do this thing sometimes because I like to be very political, so I'm trying to give my opinion in another way. What else? Yeah, I do lots of, I like to make, I used to do my own clothes. So I have my machine. I do things when I'm and get too bored. Like, I don't know. Well, I don't have anything here actually. Nothing to show you. It like what else? Like everything. Obviously, we are in lockdown. We are self-isolate. We just have this moment to talk about things. So obviously, for mental health, we need to try to use all our sense. So I do like Monica, but I don't play like Monica. Not even close. I can do F. I can do B chord, but I still play guitar sometimes because it's really nice. So what else I do? I have so many things to say. Well, yeah. Regarding to the recycling. So there is lots of things when you buy online. There is lots of boxes with things like that. So I'm trying to do backdrops. That's like my idea in photography. Like, well, as I said, very sustainable and trying to do things. I don't know what I'm going to do. If someone had an idea, can tell me, please. And that is mine. I've been saving this because I want to do a backdrop with this. So this is like, it's just bags and fruits and things like that. So I'm going to do a backdrop and maybe I will show you next time what kind of photograph I made. And what else? I don't know. I think that's it. I think I show you everything.
That's great that you are trying to be so productive and creative during these crazy times. It's really important to you know, on some point, this whole situation, it's pushing us to the places that we usually don't attend, and we are trying to by trying to adapt to the situation, we discover our new talents and skills. So that's really good that we are not afraid of trying to new things. And making comics, I must say that it was a very original project. I'm not sure whether I would share that comics with children, but well, it's interesting.
Well, it's not porn. It's just part of man body or women body. Something very natural.
That's great. Thank you.
Hey!
All right then. Now it's supposed to be quiz. If Richard is ready. Richard, are you ready?
Michal, I am ready.
That's fine. Now, so I will leave that ship with you.
Okay.
Captain now.
Okay. Thank you, Michal. You're doing a fantastic job, by the way. So Michal asked me.
It's only because I gave you a tenner.
So I'm Richard with Deb and Phil over at the engine room, and I was very keen to contribute something to this event, and Michal said, oh, maybe you could be host a quiz. So here I am hosting a quiz. So make sure you've got pen and pencil or a piece of paper ready. I'll give you 30 seconds just to get that ready in your homes. You'll need pen and a piece of paper. Whilst you're getting that ready, I'll just say that there's no cheating, no Googling. Honesty is what we need here this evening. And you're going to get 15 questions, and they're all multiple choice. So it's going to be really, really, well, some of them are quite easy. Some of them are quite tricky, actually. Right, so here is our quiz. The Bridgwater Together, the quiz. Are you all seeing that on your screens? Just nod if you are. Okie dokie. And can you hear the quiz music?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. And you'll probably want to, hopefully, this will enable you to see me as well. Can you see me? Fantastic. That's the most important thing. So here we go. Question 1. Which of the following seaside towns has the second highest rise and fall of tide in the world? Burnham-on-Sea, Watch It, Blue Anchor, or Minehead? Okay, question number 2. The legend of King Arthur is linked to which Somerset town? A. Wells, B. Taunton, C. Glastonbury, or D. Frome? Question 3. Which village, less than 3 miles from Wells, is dominated by its caves tourist attraction? Is it A. Shepton Mallet, B. Cheddar, C. Wookey Hole, or D. Highbridge?
Should be B.
Make sure you mute everybody, Michal. There's some cheating going on. Question 4. The name of the river that flows through Bridgwater is an easy one. A. The River Tone, B. The River Parrett, C. The River Thames, or D. The Mississippi River? Question 5. What was seen last week in the River Parrett? A mermaid, a yellow submarine, the river bed, or dolphins? Question 6. Getting trickier now. What is the capital of Macedonia? Tirana, Skopje, Chisinau, or Minsk? Excuse my pronunciation if I've got that incorrect. Question 7. Which Brazilian city is noted for its colourful annual carnival? Sao Paulo, Bogotá, Buenos Aires, or Rio de Janeiro? Question number 8. The Oktoberfest is an annual German festival celebrating what? Sausages, moustaches, beer, or potato? Question 9. What holiday ends Ramadan? New Year, Eid al-Fitr, Ashura, Raman Avami? Once again, apologies for the pronunciation. Question 10. What religion do more than 2/3 of the people of India practice? A. Buddhism, B. Hinduism, C. Islam, or D. Sufism? Question 11. In what year did the Battle of Sedgemoor take place? A. 1772, B. 1685, C. 1662, or D. 1825? Question 12. Which Indian-inspired dish is only served in the United Kingdom? A. Madras, B. Chicken tikka masala, C. Vindaloo, or D, naan bread? Question 13. What is the name of one of the most famous English admirals of the 17th century who was born in Bridgwater? Thomas Cook, Horatio Nelson, Robert Blake, or Rowan Atkinson? Question 14. Bridgwater was the first town to submit a petition for the abolition of what? A, the slave trade, B, loud music, C, high heel shoes, or D, the Eurovision Song Contest? And the final question, question number 15. Which country is Bridgwater not twinned with? A really tricky one to finish with. Is it A, France, B, Germany, C, Malta, or D, Spain? So, shall we go through the answers, Michal?
Yes, please.
Yes, please. Okay, then.
Yes, please.
So, I will turn the orchestra off just for a moment. We want absolute honesty here. We're relying on you to mark your scores, and if you get 15 out of 15, you'll win a wonderful prize. Our very best wishes. That's what you'll be winning. Okay, so question number 1, the answer is, I'll tell you what you could try and do is, if you think you've got the answer and you've written it on a piece of paper, you could maybe show it to the screen just for a bit of honesty there. What have we got? We've got some correct answers there. People are showing me all sorts of things. Okay, so the correct answer is B, watch it. Question 2. Correct answer is C, Glastonbury. Question 3, the answer is C, Wookey Hole. Lots of thumbs up coming up there, I can see. Well done, everybody. Question 4, the answer is B, the River Parrot. We all know that, don't we? Question 5, the answer, surprisingly enough, is not mermaids, it's dolphins. Question 6, the answer is B, Skopje. Question 7, the answer is D, Rio de Janeiro. The answer to question number 8 is C, beer. I think that's right, isn't it, Michal? We think that's right. Question 9, the answer is B, Eid al-Fitr. Question number 10, the answer is B, Hinduism. Question number 11, the answer is B, 1685. Few thumbs up I could see there. Question 12, the answer is B, chicken tikka masala. How about that? Who'd have known? There's a few cheers I can see in people's houses there. And question number 13, the answer is C, of course, Robert Blake, not Thomas Cook. Question 14, the answer is A, the slave trade, not the Eurovision Song Contest. And finally, the trickiest one of all, which was, the answer is D, Spain. Oh, there's a few shakings of heads for that, and a few down thumbs. Okay, so just, Michal, perhaps if you could turn everybody's sound on, just for a moment.
Sound is on.
And give us a cheer if you got 15 points.
Yay!
Oh, who was that?
Anybody get a 14?
13.
13s.
Yay!
13 there. Okay, we're going down. 12. Anybody? That's good. We're getting a few more in there. That's a very reasonable score. 11s.
I'm so ashamed.
What about 10s? Yes, 10s there. Hey, Vivian got a 10 there. Well done, Vivian. 9s. Any 9s? Nobody got 9s. 8s. Did anybody score an 8? Nobody's going to admit to these scores. 7s.
Woo!
Word from somebody. 6s. Was that you, Deb? You got a 7?
No, Jivan had 7.
Me.
Hey, well done. Okay. 5s. Did we get any? 6s. 6s. 5s. 4s. 3s. 2s.
Good luck. Yeah.
Was that right? Tell that's Robert. Did anybody get a 1? Did anybody score 0? Brilliant. Okay, well, there you go. That was our quiz. I'll tell the
Thank you. Great job. Really, well done. Thank you.
A great evening. Thank you very much.
Oh, 200 records.
Okay then. So I'm unconscious of time, so it's a time for additional business. If you have any other information that you would like to share, that's the best time. And I would like to start with Jivan. Jivan, we met with Jivan some time ago, and we talk about her project, a great service that she provides. And I'm pretty sure that it's really interesting to listen what Jivan has to say. Jivan, are you with us?
Yeah, hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Hi everyone. Thank you so much, Michal, for organising this. This event has been really, really enjoyable. So my contribution is not going to be as creative, but I want to try and twist it, try and connect it to the whole event. But so I work for a charity called SafeLink, which is based in Bristol. But we cover the whole of Avon and Somerset, our whole service. We provide people who live in the whole area. And we support victims of sexual violence. So that can be any man, any woman, any child, regardless of when the incident happened. And our main focus is to provide impartial information and guidance for a victim on how to navigate through the system. Someone's waving. No, okay. So we try and support everybody through the system, whether that's answering questions about the law, providing financial guidance, assistance with housing, anything that you can imagine that we try and help and support victims, even if it's just them understanding what it is that has happened to them. We support anybody, regardless that they report it to the police or not. And we also support victims of domestic violence as well. So the way that victims can refer themselves is either by calling us or via email, and you can refer on behalf of someone as well, if with their consent. It's really easy. They have like a mini assessment over the phone with our amazing triage worker, and then they'll get a dedicated, independent sexual violence advisor. So I'm one of them. And throughout their time period where they need that support, we'll work one-on-one with the service user to make sure that they feel informed and empowered to move on with their life or take the next steps so they can feel independent again and have control of their life after the trauma that they've experienced. That's it really. It's just a support platform. And what I try and focus on are BME victims, because I feel that there's a lot more barriers, myths and stereotypes that we need to overcome to make them realise that this support is out there for them. And yeah, no, thank you so much for listening. And if you've got any questions, please do let me know. If you want my details, I can put them in the chat or email you. But I hope...
Jivan, I've got questions. Basically, I can imagine that being a victim, it might be you might feel quite terrified to contact someone and tell your story. Is it mean if someone will contact you? Is it mean that automatically they are involved in court process, or the police is involved? How it works? Like, is it confidential, or who decides to put the case further?
Sorry, the question broke up. Can you repeat that, please? Sorry.
No worries. Basically, I just wonder, I can imagine that if you are a victim, it's cost you lots of courage to tell your story to someone. And sometimes you don't know what to expect. You are not sure whether you should share your story because you are afraid that you need to go through that bad experience once again. What's the process? Is it mean that if someone will contact you, is it mean that the police is involved straight away and the court, or the person decides? How it looks like?
No. So if someone tells us of an incident, whether it's happened yesterday or it happened 40 years ago, we would never force them to tell the police. It's about their own decision. And if they want to go through that process, and we tell them about that right from the beginning. So it's their choice whether they want to report it or not. And we give them information about the process if they do choose to report it. And I think that's really quite important, because a lot of victims come to us thinking, this has happened to me, but I don't know whether I want to go through the process or not, because I don't know what's going to happen. And they have different reasons why. Maybe that they have got children involved, or they just don't have the space or the energy to go through that process. Just because we're aware of the incident doesn't mean that we have to directly tell the police straight away.
Okay, and last question. What about the language barrier? If someone from BME community will contact you, but they are not confident with English, are you able to support them? Do you provide any translators?
Yes, we have translators via telephone. And when we have the one-to-one appointments for the hour, we'll book the translator for an hour. We don't let any language barrier stop us providing our supportive work. And also, before we actually speak to the translator, we give them a bit of a briefing of what kind of work we'll be doing, and give them a bit of a briefing of what kind of questions we'll be asking as well, just so they can use the correct language, because how I might say something might be different to how a translator will say something. But if I tell them what the purpose of the question is, they might be able to word it appropriately, because we have to be very sensitive with this kind of topic.
Of course. That's great. Thank you. We're going to be grateful if you can share the contact details to your website, and if you can leave telephone number. That's really good. Thank you, Jivan.
No worries.
Thank you. Any additional questions in the chat? So if you don't mind, we'll go further. So Ginny, if Ginny is with us still, as you already know, Ginny works for Community Council for Somerset, and Ginny will tell us a little bit more about village agents.
Hiya. Yeah, I've been asked to come and talk about our agents, who are an amazing team of people. They work out in the community and they help absolutely anybody in Somerset who's vulnerable, who might be isolated. As you can imagine, at the moment, they are hugely busy because of everything that's going on, and the huge amount of support that people are needing, whether it's to get their prescriptions or to get food, or because they're in a crisis because they've lost employment and they can't pay their rent this month. What's great about the agents is that they can help with anything. We're not limited by, sorry, we don't deal with that, we don't deal with that. They absolutely help with anyone at all. They're really friendly, they're really professional, and they just offer it's free, confidential, and very practical support. There's agents based in, even though they're called village agents, there's agents based in Bridgwater. We cover the whole of Somerset. So if you're worried about a friend or a neighbour or a relative, that you can't get out and see. It'd just be worth knowing about them. Their website, which I'll share on the chat, is somersetagents.org. And they're currently working 7 days a week at the moment because of the crisis and because of that increased support that everybody just needs out there at the moment.
And Ginny, 2 questions. First of all, is it free service? And what's the difference between agents and social service?
Yes, so it's absolutely a free service. Our agents work closely with adult social care, but we're not a statutory service. We're a charity, and we work very closely with them, but we're completely different from them. We are anybody wants to engage with us, they do so because they want to. Nobody gets forced into our service.
That's great. Thank you. Unless anyone else has some questions to Ginny. Okay, we've got some information in chat about SafeLink. Thank you, Jivan. Phil, we haven't heard you for a while. Thank you, Ginny. Would you tell a little bit about SEED and CPP, please?
Absolutely. So SEED, and you can see it behind me, the logo. It's a SEED Sedgemoor. Basically, it's a program of arts development for the Sedgemoor area that was subject to an Arts Council bid last year, which was successful. And we are, as soon as we're able to move around again and resume a kind of new normal, SEED is going to burst into life. Essentially, it's an arts program that's about making art available to people that wouldn't normally partake in the arts at all. But the starting point is really that we recognise that everybody's got culture. You know, the arts tends to be very elitist, or there's a background where the arts has been very elitist, and you have these kind of phrases like, well, the arts people are trying to reach hard to reach communities. We'd rather look through the other end of the telescope and say, actually, it's the arts elite that's hard to reach, not the community. So it's very much about starting in the community and saying what matters in the community to people is what is their own culture, and everybody's part of a culture. And everybody has a culture, whether it's food, whether it's wassailing, whether it's being in a church choir, whether it's carnival, whether it's having your kids in a dance troupe, maybe you aspire to play the guitar or write, or whatever it is, that's all culture. And this program is a chance to really pump a lot of energy and time and resource into the Sedgemoor area. That was the area that was eligible for this grant in the years to come. And it's a 10-year vision. Somerset Film are part of it. It's a consortium led by Homes in Sedgemoor, the Housing Association. Community Council for Somerset are involved, Bridgwater Senior Citizens Forum, and the Bridgwater Town Council. That's the consortium members. So essentially it's about a belief that arts and culture are not elite activities, but should be an ordinary part of everyday life. And we, despite the lockdown, despite the fact we're all in wherever we are, isolated at the moment, we need to hear from you. So I'm just right now going to put the website thing on the chat, seedsedgemoor.com. Have a look at it, see what we're up to. There's some opportunities out there right now, although we can't undertake face-to-face, obviously. There is a survey on there that we'd really appreciate your help with filling in. It's a short 5-minute survey about the sort of things that you might like to see us do. And one of the reasons that I'm flagging it up tonight in this context, where we've got many people from different backgrounds and different ethnicities joining us, is we really want you to get involved in this. We're going to basically try and focus on building creative hubs in different places, one of which will definitely be Bridgwater. So if you're interested, have a look at seedsedgemoor.com. And that's really the message. I know we're We're running over time, and I'd just like to say a big congratulations to Michal for pulling all this together. It's been a really lovely event, and there'll be many more of them. If I may, Michal, I'll flag up the 2 dates, again. Why I made Bridgwater my one. So it's going to be a bit like this, I'm assuming. I'm not, again, it's something that the Bridgwater Together group are going to be talking about in the next few weeks. But on the 9th of May, on a Saturday night, why I made Bridgwater my home. Put it in your diary. And then we're still hoping to do the proper Bridgwater Together Day on the 17th of October. Whether that's online or live, who can say? The other thing I promised I would flag up at the end is that phone number for the, what is it? The coronavirus helpline Somerset, 0300 790 6275. And I'm putting it on the chat now. Thanks, Michal.
Hi, Michal, I can't hear you. You're muted.
Okay, I just said that I do believe that Deborah from Somerset Films got something to announce. So if you have something.
Yeah, just really quickly, 2 things. So I think tonight has proved how important storytelling is. Podcasting is one way of getting your stories out to other people. If you're interested in learning how to do some podcasting, then we've got a free online course taking place next week. So check that out. It's on our website. And finally, we're really interested in hearing about anyone who, we've all been very lucky tonight to be able to join together because we've got access to technology. But we know that there are some people who are isolated that don't have access to any technology, whether that might be a tablet or whether actually a television or even as simple as a radio. And so if you are aware of anybody who is struggling, who's experiencing hardship, doesn't have access to technology, we would be really interested in hearing about that. So please do get in touch. Thank you.
That's great. Thank you, Deb. We are nearly there. I would like to summarize more or less, but also I would like to mention about Totem Together. It's supposed to take place on 12th of September 2020 at the Albemarle Centre in Totem. It's still ongoing. We don't know what's the guidance of the government will be, but we booked the place. We've got a few artists who are keen to participate. If you want to be part of this amazing event, you know how to find me. If no, I will leave my contact details once again. You can contact any person from Somerset Film or Community Council for Somerset or Town Council like Brian, and I'm pretty sure I will get that information. And if you would like to be a part of it, that's really great, and we're gonna be grateful for your contribution. Also, I would like to mention that if the lockdown will last longer, perhaps we should organize something like Somerset Together. Then we are not limited to one place, and we could attract even more people and even more with even more diverse content. So if you would like to be part of it, once again, if you have any suggestions and you would like to share them with us, please email us or give us a call. And also, if you have completely different ideas or suggestions, what would you like to see? If you would like to share your ideas, please email us or give us a call. All right, it seems like we nearly finished. It was a pleasure being with you tonight. I hope you enjoy it, and I will see you again soon, shortly. I would like to ask you to clap your hands for everyone who made Bridgwater Together possible tonight. Thank you. And more or less, I will unmute you. We can start again. Well done.
Well done.
Is there anyone who would like to share something else or would like to promote your event, project, initiative, or have some concern related to the community? That's the best time to do that.
That made my day, but you've all... I got you there!
That's fine. And in this case, we've got the last film, but I'm going to play that from YouTube. You may expect some delays, but you can find the link in chat and try yourself. If you will struggle to watch it online from my computer, it's a great film. You probably have seen it already, but we just thought that it's really important to share that with the wider audience. Straight after that film, basically we will end the session. So if you have any comments or questions, that's the time before the film will finish, because after the film we will disconnect all once again. So I wish you a great evening. I hope to see your faces in next month while I make Bridgwater my home, so you can start thinking about the content that you would like to provide and invite your friends and relatives. The more than better. So in this case, if I see one question. Oh, that's good. Thank you, Jasna. The last thing that I would like to mention about is Language Connect Somerset. It's a pilot. Basically, what we would like to offer to people is that it's something like, if you would like to learn English, give me a second, I can hear someone. If you would like to learn English, and you would like to practice your conversation, we would like to offer you an opportunity to learn the language with the native speaker. Or if you are a native speaker and you would like to spend some time and have some connection with BME communities, it's up to 3 times per week, 20 minutes each, or it might be 1 session a week for 20 minutes. It's really important, especially for those who struggle with English and perhaps they don't have that confidence. So by doing that, we are hoping that native speakers are giving the chance to learn English properly without any unnecessary stress. So if you are interested, once again, you can contact me, Michal at somersetrcc.org.uk, or Jasna at somersetrcc.org.uk, or you can also give me a call. All the contact details are on the poster related to Bridgwater Together, or you can find us on Somerset County Council County Council for Somerset. So what I'm talking about, Community Council for Somerset website. Yeah, that's the time. Oh, anyway, so I'm going to share that film with you. If you will see delays, I do recommend copy the link that I pasted before and watch it on your at home. Anyway, so if you haven't got anything to add, I would like to thank you once again for time that you spent with us. I hope you enjoy it, and see you next time. Bye.
Thank you, Michal. Thank you.
Dziękujemy. Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, it's finally happened.
That thing you were afraid of.
Something's come from overseas
and taken your jobs.
Made it unsafe to walk the streets.
Kept you trapped in your home.
A dirty disease.
Your proud nation gone.
But not me.
Or me.
Or me.
Or me.
No, you clap for me now.
You cheer as I toil.
Bringing food to your family.
Bringing food from your soil.
Propping up your hospitals.
Not some foreign invader.
A delivery driver.
Teacher.
Lifesaver.
Don't say go home.
Don't say not here.
You know how it feels for home to be a prison.
You know how it feels to live in fear.
So you clap for me now.
All this love you are bringing.
But don't forget when it's no longer quiet.
Don't forget when you can no longer hear the birds singing.
Or see clearer waters. that I cross for you.
To make lives filled with peace.
And bring peace to your life too.
Come, all you Gretas.
You Malalas.
You immigrants. See what we have learned.
It only takes the smallest thing
to change the world.